Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Wood. I am 52 years old. I live near Deserano, Ontario, and I am a full skull split, brain injured, full physical identity theft victim over the course of 5 years from Lennox and Addington County, or Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. Doctors are criminally involved, and their accomplices who are ex-inmates, drug traffickers, drug addicts, sex offenders, sex slave traffickers, human traffickers, and guilty of stalking and homicides with and for O.p.p. in Napanee, Ontario. 5 years revenge retaliation. Ontario Provincial Police ex-chief or commander, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. He's guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He's guilty of being involved with my identity theft. Staff Sergeant, years 2019-2021, Shannon Cork. Constable Ward, Dave Weiss, Robert Lucas. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS, and Shelley Hafner. They are all very seriously dangerous, whether they have transferred or not, to avoid arrest, charging, and lawsuits. As a matter of fact, I plan on filing one against them for at least $150 million. I can prove my crimes that have been taking place against me, and it's all since I was shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street in Napanee, Ontario in August of 2019. Criminal doctors who are criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up with intent. Dr. Tatiana V., aka Margie V., name and file falsifier, and girlfriend to Stacy, guilty of having me medically blacklisted and assuring this against me. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO of the hospital, Wayne Cubbyduck, and patient relations, Aaron Brown, had me falsely charged twice to prevent anything legal on them for the crimes that they are guilty of over the course of the 5 years. My mother was stalked and murdered. 2 of my dogs were killed. Complete total deforming on me. Mutilations. While being medically blacklisted to prevent help. I was made homeless for a year. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Be very careful in Napanee, Ontario. They're untouchable accomplices who cannot be arrested without $22,000, who are guilty of homicides, attempted homicides, sex assault, sex slavery, trafficking. My identity theft with the intent to commit framing, identity fraud, insurance fraud, disability fraud. They are all drug traffickers and drug addicts. What a good way to make a lot of money stealing it. A guy known as Robert Berry. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a truck driver, and he's a possible serial killer. Brendan Berry. He is guilty of torture. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Bert Hustler. He is guilty of attempted homicide with intent to commit. Tyler T. Baglake, he is guilty of attempted homicide with intent to commit. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft, and he is guilty of torturing and killing my dog in 2023. Jason Van Alstyne, he is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity, disability, and insurance fraud. He's guilty of attempted homicide. He is a fentanyl dealer between Napanee and Kingston, causing overdoses, which are being covered up because it is murder and it's being done with intent. There is Raymond LeBlanc. He is a child groomer. He is a criminal stalker. He is a drug trafficker, and he is guilty of attempted homicide. Dale Hartwick, he is guilty of my identity theft, attempted homicide with the intent to commit, for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. and Dale's boyfriend or husband, wife, whatever, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He's guilty of attempted paralyzing me, guilty of sex assaults, guilty of being involved with my identity theft. He's guilty of attempted homicide with intent to commit. I am the end of my bloodline. They are guilty of murdering my mother. They're guilty of killing my dogs. They're guilty of false arrest, kidnapping, sex assaults, medical treatment refusals, file falsifications, medical blacklisting, false charges to get pictures, prints, and signatures, to frame victims, slave trafficking, and committing full physical identity thefts against victims with their homosexual boyfriend, low-life pieces of shit. 5 years ago, and through this full brain injuring, full skull deforming, with 100% proof while being kept from help. How Ontario provincial police are committing murder in Napanee is through is through doctors and through their accomplices. Congratulations, this is done. Christopher Wood, you might as well say, is dead because you pretty much fucking murdered me. You completely and totally screwed my brain. O.p.p. So because for revenge, because you are child fuckers, and I spoke about it. This is what happens. This is what O.p.p. are truly about in Napanee, and I am not taking a fall for any of your accomplices, especially Bill Wooldridge, or the one known as Bill Wooldridge at 149 Center Street North, who is approximately 70 years old, has many alias names, thinks that he and I were switched at birth, thinks that he is Harry Potter, and he's also uses an alias name of a Stephen Mavis, which is a wanted inmate walkaway escapee that O.p.p. are harboring, possibly. He's a serial killer associated to Russell Williams, along with Blair Hardy, who is associated as a copycat of Paul Bernardo. He's very seriously dangerous. He's an obsessed homosexual, and he's a low life garbage. This is what happens when you speak crimes in Napanee. And I'm not taking a fall for any O.p.p. or any of your other bastards. $150 million plus lawsuit coming to O.p.p, Lennox, and Addington, and to the cops themselves, and to doctors who are involved. Nobody can be arrested, so somebody has to answer and pay for what's been done to me, including you murdering my mother. So anytime O.p.p. wants to pay to have my dad exhumed, also to prove DNA because the damage is done to me, I'm more than willing to let you pieces of shit terrorists. $22,000 to have anybody arrested while I'm being fucking deformed and completely changed, so you can fuck my life over even more than what you have for the past 5 years with criminal doctors who are guilty of attempted murder and covering up your crimes, and they're low-life junkie pieces of shit who O.p.p. feed crack and meth to for committing their fucking crimes, like a Jason Van Alstyne, who is an inbred low-life crackhead piece of shit who happens to be younger than me. A lot of them are younger than me, too. And a piece of shit named Tyler Teabag Lake. Robert Kane, little meth-fed bastard he is. You're fucking terrorists. So beware, public. Damage is done to me, and this is what happens in Napanee when you speak O.p.p. crimes. You go through full physical identity theft. Your family will be killed. You will be tortured, you will be slave trafficked, and you will be killed, and it will be covered up, and they will get away with it. My legal, medical, human rights have been taken from me to prevent me doing anything legal on anyone. So congratulations, you pieces of shit. Hit the like, share, subscribe, especially share, because this is very serious and important, and I didn't get on here to curse and swear or nothing like that. I came on here to bring awareness, but I have no feeling in my head, and I am completely and totally numb from being injured so much and going through so much deforming. The only way I can get medical help now is to go to Quebec down east or out to Manitoba. I am medically blacklisted in the province of Ontario. Congratulations and compliments of one Dr. Tatiana V. Be safe, everybody. The O.p.p you think you know.